The Oscars, my favorite night of the year.
Tosh Show. Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Tosh Show. I'm Daniel. With me is Eddie. How are you, Eddie?
I'm doing pretty good, Daniel.
You remember the handshake from the movie Big?
Yeah. I mean, I remember them doing it.
What, you don't know it?
I do
shimmy,
not know
shimmy,
that.
Coke puff, shimmy, shimmy,
Right.
I met a girl from Trisky. I met a ice cream cola with vanilla on top. Ooh, daddy, rocking on the patio. I said it. I meant it. I stole your mom's credit. Sock me in the stomach 3 more times. I don't remember if that was it or not.
It
was close.
It's in that vault bar. I'm making up words, obviously.
Right.
But it's somewhere in there. You ever, you and your kid or any of your friends, you have any cool handshakes?
No cool handshakes.
Man, I always get impressed with the elaborate handshakes that I see some of these athletes pull off. And then they have a different one for each player. And they remember them.
Right. That's the most impressive part.
So quick. I got to come up with a cool handshake. I saw some kids at school when I was dropping my son off do a cool handshake when they greeted each other. They were like 5th graders. And I was like, I was telling my son, we need to come up with a cool handshake. And he was like, he didn't care.
Let's do a hug.
We just hug. Yeah, we hug.
That's good.
What we do, he just bawls crying, and I just hug him, and I whisper in his ear, I don't want you to leave either.
I remember that one.
That's our cool little routine.
Cool.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, this episode, guys, we are featuring 2 new segments.
What? Get out.
Yep. We got Dan's Hacks and Dear Tosh Show.
I'm here for it.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What do you want to hear first, Ed?
I want a Dan's hat.
Dan's Hacks. Okay, hit the music for Dan's Hacks. Yeah. All right. Now, Dan's Hacks, what I'm hoping for, you ever, on the internet, loves to have hacks.
Right.
And sometimes these things go viral really quick. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you could peel a hard-boiled egg just by squeezing it in your armpit. Whatever it is.
Yeah, but seriously, yeah.
Some dumb stuff. Well, I'm hoping some of my Dan's Hacks catch fire. Now, my first one is for milkshakes.
Okay.
Okay. Who doesn't love a milkshake?
Love them.
Okay. The problem is a lot of times when you have your milkshake, sometimes you want to save it, or you put it in the refrigerator, or you put it in the freezer. What do you do? Eddie, would you put yours in the refrigerator or the freezer?
Refrigerator.
Okay. And then if you don't have it within 30 minutes, it gets too watery. The refrigerator isn't cold enough. But the freezer, it gets frozen solid, and then when it thaws out, the consistency is forever ruined.
Right.
So here it is, Dan's Hacks for milkshakes. When I get a milkshake, this is what I do. I finish it.
Okay.
Dan's Hacks. All right, now it's time for Dear Tosh Show. And this is a segment where I'm going to allow fans to write in any potential problem or grievance they have, much like the storied advice column of Dear Abby. Now this first one comes to us. It's not really a fan, I'll be honest. And this person doesn't want my advice.
That's what I like about this segment.
Let's just say they were talking, and I was just listening to them, and I'm not allowed to chime in. So the guy she's dating, she's claiming is emotionally unavailable. Here's how I fix that. No, he's not. Okay? Dude just doesn't like you that much. That's just it. It's just so simple. If Zendaya is sitting on your couch, I'm guessing you become emotionally too available. You wouldn't even care what you were planning on watching. Now it's just like, tell me about your dreams. Oh, I'd love to hear about the time you had a dog that ran away but came back. It's so silly. I just was listening. I couldn't help myself. I just kept wanting to go, oh yeah, no. Totally unavailable. I love Zendaya. Is she too young for me to love her?
Nope.
Good. Speaking of Zendaya, it's Oscars time. Enjoy.
Show.
The Oscars, my favorite night of the year. Do you watch the Oscars?
Yeah, we do.
Don't care about the movies. That doesn't affect if I watch or don't watch. It's all about the host for me. If I'm interested in the host comedically, I will watch the monologue. Past the monologue, I'm out.
You're done.
I'm done. So this year it's Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if Will Smith slapped him. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
so
holy
good.
Shit. Like, because Conan's a big guy. He's like
Yeah.
6'4"-ish. And then his pale Irish skin would just
have
a big red handprint on the side of his head.
for the second half.
That's a tough gig now. You have to like, when they come to you, be like, hey, am I going to be physically assaulted? And will you do nothing about it if I am physically assaulted? A lot of people have asked me, fans, if I would ever host any of these award shows. And the answer is, I don't know. I've never been asked. They never ask me. I'm probably not famous enough to get the invite. But another thing is, a lot of times they're on a network that's owned by another company, and they have a vested interest in the person that's hosting the show. There's usually a connection. Oh, it's ABC, so it's Jimmy Kimmel. It's, you get it. I also would struggle so bad with the names of all the actors and people in these awards, and people would be baffled by how little I know about people that are clearly extremely famous. Oh. Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it,
Right.
and I'm not saying that I couldn't pull it off.
You'd kill.
I've never even been asked to present an award, which that's pretty insulting. Not even like on like the shitty award shows, MTV or whatever. Whatever. I'm so mad. I would have some demands.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a list of demands that would have to be agreed upon before I would agree to host this big old train wreck.
What are they? You got them?
No, I don't have them yet. just in theory,
Yeah.
I know I would have some demands. Now, I've written a joke or two for some hosts. If it's different comics that are going around practicing, and they're friends of mine, well, then I'm all about trying to punch up some jokes. That's fun. And then when you hear them say your joke or don't do it the right way, you're just at home going, well, you ruined it. That's not the way you're supposed to deliver it. The biggest problem with the Oscars, usually it's too long, it's a bunch of elitists, and the movies sucked. Here's a few fixes. Some new categories.
Okay.
I like best crafty and catering.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the one thing that cast and crews actually give a shit about. Like, that to me is interesting.
Yeah.
What kind of food did you guys have? Let's see some spreads. Show us. Is the crew's food drastically different than the stars, the A-list stars of the movies? Are they in line, or do they just get to go first? I want to know. And just the overall, forget the catering part. I want to just see craft service where just the table of cool snacks.
Mm-hmm.
They always find some fun stuff in there. They got those candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
That'd be neat. Here's another an award that I want. I want best background extra. Give recognition to the guy that stood in the freezing cold for 15 hours, dressed in something from the goddamn Middle Ages for $150 or whatever the daily rate for some non-union work is.
I would love to see that guy get called up.
Yeah.
Well, he's not allowed to speak. They shut his microphone. As soon as he gets up there, he's not allowed to talk.
Oh, okay.
He's just got to take the trophy and walk away. That's it. You're an extra.
Yeah, he picks it.
You don't get to talk. There shouldn't be an award for best sound. It should go without saying that we should all be able to hear and understand the dialogue in the movie. You could also combine some cinematography in there. Was this movie too dark and I couldn't make shit out because I didn't watch it at nighttime? I'm looking for ways to speed it up. Another way to speed it up, how about this? No best actor, actress, supporting actor, actress, no best actor that identifies as an actress. It's just best actor. No one cares your gender or the size of the role. There's just one best actor, boom. I just knocked out 4 or 5 different categories
You just took an hour.
in one award. That's an hour. Now it's down to 5 minutes.
There we go.
The show's too long. Acceptance speeches go too long. The acceptance speeches are supposed to be 45 seconds. Okay, let's throw up a shot clock. That's fun. Now you're at home watching going, uh-oh, they're not wrapping it up. But wait, instead of some orchestra trying to play them off with some soft bullshit, we get Pantera coming in hot. 45 seconds is up, boom, Pantera's on it. Good luck trying to wrap up your speech while this is going on. I want to thank God. I want to shove my political views down your throat. You get it? All right. Enough. You see, I can't do a podcast while that's going on. By the way, once the show hits the 2-hour mark, it's it. It's done. Any categories that they didn't get to, they get to go first next year. Show some respect to the viewers at home. They have to work Monday morning. You guys get to go to some cool after party and have In-N-Out. Oh my goodness, look, we're eating like fucking poor people. The In Memoriam. Too long. Also, bad music choice. I say bring the host back out. Let's do more stand-up during this. Let's bring Jeff Ross out. Let him fire off a few shots at each person that's died.
Make it a roast.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
That's more fun. And by the way, if we need to see your name and your job description under your photo, sorry, you don't make it. We'll create one dead person collage, one and done. All right, they're out. And the Best Picture nominees. Here we go. Let's get into it. Best Picture nominees. This is the problem with the show. There's 10. We all know there's not 10 good movies that come out every year. Some years there's barely 2. And by the way, I feel if you won Best Picture last year, then you are the defending champ and you're up against whatever ones come out this year too.
Okay.
So there can be a run of a Best Picture that's been going strong for 4 years.
Yeah.
I still think Talladega Nights should be undefeated. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this might be the only time that I agree with Trump. Knock it off with all this foreign shit. Let's get to the nominees. The Brutalist. Great title. The movie was brutal. 215 minutes of watching Adrian Brody do heroin. Pass. A Complete Unknown. Oh, man. Timmy Chalamet as Bob Dylan. You know, even when I'm in the mood to listen to Bob Dylan music, I only make it about halfway through a song before I'm like, right. I get it. He's a genius. He also lives down the street from me. It's weird how our two worlds ended up at the same place.
Write a song about it.
Yeah. He could write a 9-minute song about how I had a clip show and ended up being his neighbor. Oh, how many movies is that? That's 2? That's just 2 movies I've gone through?
Already exhausted.
Dune Part 2. All right, here we go. Speaking of Timmy Chalamet, anybody calling him Timmy Chalamet yet?
I don't think so.
I like that. This movie was unbelievable. Now, I can't pronounce any characters' names. I barely followed the plot, but it was stunning to watch, and this should win. And Zendaya was in it. Yeah. You kidding me? Timmy Chalamet should win an award just for keeping his boner down the whole time. How you going to act staring at Zendaya? You getting to make out with her, roll around in the sand, shoving those weird breathing things up your nose? I have a few questions about Dune that I'm sure nerds would love to over-explain to me. But they made such a big deal about riding those worms, like it was such a skill to be had. But then when the whole town would travel places, they would all get on top of them. And there was no like, oh, here it comes, everybody get ready to dive on. Apparently there was like a bus stop where they could all just climb aboard safely because there was like whole families on it. and they didn't do the thing that he had to do, which was like, I don't know, I forgot it by this point. He like shot a hook into it and, rode it, and it was like the craziest thing ever. But then there's scenes later where they're going to the south, which, by the way, I don't understand the geography of Dune whatsoever, because I thought it was like planets and stuff like that. But then they just go to a village that appears to just be like 45 minutes via worm away.
Yeah.
It's not that, it wasn't that spaced out. I didn't understand it. I feel like they should travel farther away or visit those places more often if it's that easy to get to.
Yeah, it's like the Long Island Express.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, and that's in the future too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't understand anything. Now let's get to the next movie, The Substance. And tons of nudity in this one. Margaret Qualley. People saying her boobs aren't real, but her ass was real. And guess what? Her ass carried the film. It was a good butt in that movie, huh?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I haven't watched the movie. I just looked at stills. Speaking of nudity, Nora. Fun movie, I guess. There's a completely pointless 35-minute chunk where they go searching for a rich Russian dude on Coney Island, which leads nowhere. And I'm not going to spoil it for you because there's nothing to spoil. It's a strong best runner-up. That's how I would describe this movie's best chances. Conclave. Anybody watch Conclave?
Yeah.
Nope.
You saw it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's about finding a new pope.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait for the reality show that's about to happen. No, I can't. I'm not interested. Good for them, though, for making a movie that made you forget the Catholic Church has committed the most sexual abuse cases in recorded history. Never forget. By the way, if this airs and Pope Francis has passed away, don't make me re-edit this. Let's just air it the way I had it, and know that I'm sorry. No disrespect.
You spoke of the prophecy.
Yeah. It's like right now doing a joke about a plane crash and then like, oh my goodness, there were 6 more plane crashes from today's date until this airs next Tuesday. Wicked. I hate every musical. I hate fantasy. I hate witches. I'm not really a fan of Ariana. Now that being said, I loved Wicked. Oh my goodness, I loved it. Didn't want to love it. And thanks to my wife and son and the tone-deaf nightmare that my home has become, I know every word to every song. Popular. I don't even like that song. That's not the good
It's just the
song.
one that pops in your head, though.
That's the one that they force me to sing all the time. No one can sing in my family, yet everyone is fearless when it comes to belting out songs. Amelia Perez, didn't see her. Didn't read her racist tweets either. Did you notice I said her? I'm so progressive. All right, is that all 10 of them?
No.
There's more? What's the next one?
Nickel Boys?
Nickel Boys. Nope, didn't see it.
I'm Still Here?
Is that actually the title of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I didn't know if you were trying to pull one over on me. Didn't see it. Now, you might think I'm racist because I missed the last few films, but I would point out that I have 2 children and there's only so many hours in the day, and they control the remote a majority of the time. So maybe they're racist. Did you ever think of that? Okay, so for me, it's down to Wicked or Dune. And they both have faults. For starters, Wicked is only the first half of a story. I didn't realize that until I watched it. And then at the end, they're like, oh, that's only the first half. The second half, the sister that's in the wheelchair, she becomes another witch, and then she's the one that the house falls on. Sorry for the spoiler if you've never seen the play, which I haven't. And then Dune is the second of 3, so that's just the middle part of a story. You know what? My vote is for Poor Things. And I know that was nominated last year, but I didn't see it till this year. And that movie is really fucked up. I mean, holy shit. I was watching it, and there's just tons and tons of crazy nudity, and then they're pretending that it's okay because even though she's a child and naked and sexual, like they're like, oh, she's only 6 years old, but it's played by an older person so they can do the joke. And they constantly are calling her a retard. And they think that's acceptable because it's a movie. I like how in comedy you can't do these things, but when you're doing like an artsy film, it's fine. to basically be saying completely inappropriate things and child pornography, but it's not real child pornography because this child that this man created is in a body that's older. Nah, whatever.
And then Gerard Carmichael shows up.
Gerard Carmichael was in there. That part of it was confusing. Didn't really understand it, but whatever. So that's my vote. My vote is for Poor Things from last year.
Tosh Show.
Carl, what was your favorite movie in 2024? He's always partial to the Air Bud franchise. You know who's going to have an opinion. There's only one person in my circle that would really have an opinion on who should win Best Picture. That's my father-in-law. Let's see if he's got time. It's a big day for him anyway. Hey, two things. First of all, before I ask this question, did you get your staples taken out today?
No, they had to reschedule for tomorrow morning.
Why?
The PA had to go home. She was sick or something.
Oh, that's garbage. All right. Well, tomorrow. Make sure you get some video of them pulling those staples out of your knee.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'll get it for you.
Full knee replacement, man. Hey, question here is simple. Who is going to win Best Picture at the Oscars? Do you know all the nominees? It's 10 of them. Here, you want me to read them to you? The Brutalist, Conclave, Wicked, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, The Substance, Anora.
Okay, I've only seen 4 of those 10. I'm gonna say The Brutalist wins.
What? Didn't you love Dune?
It's not got a chance. Science fiction never wins. No chance. It's a great movie. No chance it wins.
What about Wicked?
Musical? I don't know. I think the other one that could win is The Complete Unknown.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Ugh. Did you like it?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I like it though. That's good.
But you think it
I
can
want to
win?
see The Brutalist. I told Tammy this.
Hold on. You haven't even seen The Brutalist either?
No, but I want to see it.
So the two that you think you will win are ones that you haven't even seen.
It's true. Just going on reputation.
Well, what's the ones you've seen?
So I saw Dune, and I saw Conclave, which is very good, and I saw Amelia Perez, which is different, but was well done, I guess, for what it was trying.
What do you mean? I guess.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm not gonna watch that shit.
It's way out there. What was the? I can't even think of the fourth one I saw. Oh, Substance. It'd be fun, but that's not going to win.
Did you like all the nudity in that movie?
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I can't believe you haven't seen Wicked.
We have. I don't know why we haven't. We haven't seen that.
All right.
Need to see that. I seriously trying to talk her into seeing The Brutalist.
All right. Well, good luck on that.
Okay, thanks.
I can't believe sci-fi never wins. I thought Dune was a lock.
Oh, it was terrific. No, sci-fi never wins.
All right. Good to know.
Like Space Odyssey is it.
All right.
2001.
I'll check in on you tomorrow after the removal.
I would appreciate that.
All right. Godspeed.
We'll film it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So he hadn't even seen any of the movies he's picking, but he does again have some real takes on Dune. All right, let's plug some stuff. toshshowstore.com. Guys, get some merch. Eddie's tour, my tour on sale now. Tons of dates. We're going to be all over the Midwest. Also, this is funny. Portugal. I'm heading to Lisbon to do a show. Now, there's a chance that this show gets canceled. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Whenever you hear of an act canceling their show, they're always like, oh, it was health reasons or a family emergency. But all of that is a lie. The real reason the shows get canceled is because of one thing and one thing only. Right, Carl? That's poor ticket sales.
There you go.
You just have to accept it. And guess what, guys? Right now in Lisbon, there are a lot of good seats available. And when I say a lot, I mean all of them. All of the good seats. Apparently, nobody in Lisbon has ever heard of me or has any desire to see me do stand-up. Because we've got like no tickets sold. So pretty soon, I'm going to be up against it, and I'm going to have to make a decision. And they're going to be like, oh, it was a scheduling conflict. We regret to inform the 64 people that bought tickets that the show has been rescheduled to a later date. And that later date will be fucking never. Anyway, let's get to the free plug. We got any new music for the free plug today? Yes, there we go. Finally, something a little beat. Something giving us a little street cred. All right. This free plug, if you love subs, then might I recommend Little White House Subs in Key West, Florida. Wow. I've never been there. It's located on 218 Whitehead Street near the Key West Blight and Aquarium. What's Blight?
Big tower.
Is that something like a light, but it's called a blight?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to know what the word blight means? Does anybody else know what the word blight means?
No, it's Key West Bite.
Well, you did
Bight.
misspell it then.
You misspelled it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The word seaport. You
Okay.
just say
Well,
the
no, I
name.
don't want to add anything else. You put a fucking word that doesn't exist and acted like I was crazy. All right. The Key West Bite and Aquarium. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5. Sundays, they're only open 11 to 3. That makes sense. It's like Chick-fil-A, only just, shortened hours. They offer subs, sandwiches, and salads. Why would you put subs and sandwiches? Subs are the same thing. Is a sandwich different than a sub in anyone's world?
Yeah, it's
The shape is what's different? Okay. You're telling me that a sub isn't a sandwich?
I would say it is.
It's called Subway Sandwich.
Mhm.
All subs are sandwiches. Not all sandwiches are subs.
By the way, the owner just got married. He actually attended my show in Vegas to celebrate. That's information that I got from Eddie, who randomly went to this sub shop while he was down in Key West performing. What'd you have, Eddie?
The Balboa.
The Balboa. Now, the Balboa, according to their menu, is a $16 sandwich.
It is.
That is, am I out of touch, or is just Key West different prices?
I think it's a little higher down there. Everything I thought.
Island life.
Yeah,
Because $16 for a sandwich seems high.
but it was huge.
They're big. Oh, they're big.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me you probably could have gotten a half for what, $10?
I mean,
And the half would have been a big enough sandwich for you?
yeah. Because when they gave it to you, they wrapped the other half to go. They know you're not going to finish the whole thing there.
Wow, so that you ordered a sub and they just already pre-boxed half your food.
Yeah.
Said, you know what, sir? We're going to do you a solid here.
Honestly,
Cut you off halfway.
Had I eaten though, if I had unwrapped it, it would have felt like a pig. So I was just like, I guess I go eat it around the corner.
You went and ate it around the corner?
No, if I was still hungry, I would have been hidden.
Oh,
but I don't know
good
what
Lord. I
would've
thought
done.
you actually went around the corner and ate half the other half. Okay. Now, when I get a sub, which I don't get to get as much as I want to because there's not a good sandwich place near my home, and my wife hates sandwiches. Okay.
What?
Yeah, she hates all sandwiches. Don't even get me started. But the chips. I'm really into that funky fusion. What brand is that? Voodoo chips?
Yeah.
Ooh,
No, I
yeah.
like Voodoo
Those are
chips. They're good. All right. You can get a whole pickle there for $2.60. Who doesn't love walking around an island just gnawing on a pickle? I bet those pickles in Key West, I bet you those things are a hot item. I love pickles.
Yeah.
I've never once bought those pickle in a bag things.
No.
Man, those things look disgusting.
Yep.
There's just no way that packs a crunch in there. That thing has got to be soggy and mushy. I don't like it. Well, Little White House has some desserts on hand. I suggest heading over to, what is it?
Matheson's.
Matheson's on Duval for the best cookie on the island. Actually, I've been there before. I like their cookie. The cookies are they're like this big.
Big cookie.
Yeah, they gave us a stack of them once. They lasted us for the rest of the tour. We just break off a little piece every time you walk by. Yeah, that's nice. I think there was a snickerdoodle that I enjoyed, chocolate chip that I enjoyed. Might have been a snickerdoodle. Might have been a peanut butter one, too, that was pretty good. It doesn't matter. This isn't about Matheson's. This is about Little White House subs. Going over there, and pick yourself up a sub in Key West, Florida. See you next week.
Tosh Show.
Tosh Show. Tosh Show for show.